So yesterday in the gospel, Jesus was speaking about how hard it was going to be for the rich to inherit the kingdom. So Peter, in reply, continuing from yesterday's gospel, he says, "And what about us who have left everything and followed you? What are we going to receive?" So this reaction from Peter can sometimes be a little bit shocking. Like Peter is saying, "What's our prize? What do you offer us?" And when I read this gospel, sometimes I think, wow, Peter, isn't it enough for you to be a disciple? Do you really have to ask Jesus what's your prize? And to make things even more complicated, there's another passage in the gospel where the disciples are wondering about the prize. And Jesus gets very upset about their dispute. Do you remember what passage I'm talking about? It's a moment where they're arguing about who's going to be the first. Basically, they're saying, when Jesus distributes the prizes, who's going to get the first? Jesus minds and corrects them when they have that dispute, but today, he doesn't correct Peter. He doesn't say, "Oh, Peter, come on, your prize is following me." So how do we solve this conundrum? There's nothing wrong with desiring the prize of heaven, and there's nothing wrong with being afraid also from the punishment of not following the Lord. In fact, if you have ever done the spiritual exercises of St. Ignatius, what is the first week about? The first week is about fearing sin and fearing the punishment that comes from sin. So the point I'm trying to make is fearing the punishment and desiring the prize there's nothing wrong about it. In fact, spiritual writers know that the bigger the fear of us losing the Lord and the bigger the desire that we have of the heavenly prizes, the better and the greater love is going to be. The problem with the disciples in the other part of the gospel is they are expecting worldly recompense. So how can, when we finish this gospel, how can we extract something practical for our lives? Remember, brothers and sisters, it is perfectly fine to cultivate and to foster a more profound fear of punishment and also a greater desire for the heavenly rewards. Our love is not less pure or more impure because we fear the punishment or we desire the good things. In fact, we should foster these to make our love more intense. So today, it could be a good day to consider what are the heavenly prizes that we are promised by the Lord. What is the reward that awaits those who have left everything and followed the Lord?